At the beginning of the movie recaps, the man who is depicted is shown. He holds the surviving boy and climbs with a rope. He was a fireman who saved a little boy from a burning building through a window. Now he was hanged with the help of a rope. Before people can save him, the rope breaks due to a fire. It falls down. The man was unharmed and the boy was also rescued. The boy gets up and hastily moves to his family. This man also goes to the boy's family. He asks for the child's name, but no one answers. No one seems to have seen him. He hears the voice of Kim because his name was Kim. When he turned around, he saw that there was a man with a lady. They smiled when they saw him from afar. They were happy to see him and Kim sees his body when she sees on the other side. Kim understands that he is dead. Kim's soul is shown because he is dead. A man and a lady come up to Kim and say you're a role model while checking her car. Your soul is a model and found in few people. Paragon means he has a good soul. He never did a wrong task. He tells Kim that he has to pass 7 trials. You must do so within 49 days. If you go through those paths, you will get a new body. It means you can revive in this world and you can return to this world. He also says to Kim that we are angels. They were 3 angels, 2 of whom took human souls from the world. One of the angels goes to the place where people are buried or burned. This lady was called C and the other was called Angel B. Their head was named Angel A. It means that the guardian angels were named A, B and C. Kim is still depressed about his death. He wanted to meet his mother, but was told that he could not move here on this earth. Meanwhile, a portal opens in the sky, signifying the door to the other world. She takes Kim's soul with her and in the next scene it is revealed that Kim has reached the other world. There were many other souls like Kim, but Kim was nicely welcomed into this world. Since Kim's soul was a pattern, it means he was innocent. Kim has to pass 7 trials to do it all. Guardian angels were also with him. Kim was first introduced to murder hell. Murderers or people who cause someone to die were brought here. Kim sees the downside and there was hot lava. There were millions of souls in that lava that received punishment there. Later, Kim was accused of murder before God and has 2 employees. One of them tells Kim that a building caught fire many years ago. Kim's colleague is stuck in a building that he can rescue his friend if he wants to. But Kim prioritizes his safety. He left and his colleague died because of it. The other employee says he can hear it. It's murder and Kim should be thrown into the hot lava. The god of murder asks to speak respectfully, but this is a model soul. The employee says Kim should be punished for at least 5 years. Guardian Angela says you should investigate what happened that night. His colleague got stuck under a rock and Kim tried to save him, but Kim couldn't save him. Kim heard a voice from the other side and his colleague said you can't hold this stone. Go and help the other one. That's why Kim took the other one out of there. Kim saved 8 people that night. He also wanted to save his colleague, but the building fell as he left to save him. That's why he died, and after hearing that Kim is innocent, he should be released. Kim was released from here. They leave in a boat for another test. Kim's next trial was before the god of indifference. It was a testing place for those who are lazy, who does not perform his tasks properly, or how did that person spend his life. Kim asks the angels why are they helping him. Guardians of Angel C call them. King Yong-hwa promised that if they help the 49 souls return to Earth again, they can also return to Earth. Must pass all exams within 49 days. If a person has died, he must undergo 7 tests within 49 days. This is not for all people, but it is for some special souls. This is for those who are completely innocent and have never done anything wrong in their life. That was for model souls only. Kim was also the role model here and was at number 48. Kim doesn't want to return to Earth, but the angels say you can't decide this. Only King Yamrej can decide that. They will reach the god of indifference. Kim has her second trial here, and the goddess of sloth were shown the tasks of Kim's life. How did he save others while risking his own life? The goddess of laziness is happy to see this. Kim asks how he did all those tasks. Kim says I did all this for money. When the goddess of sloth hears this, she becomes enraged. Kim asks does that mean money is your god? He says to Kim that you should be punished for this. Kim was standing on a wooden platform on the water. He was falling back to the water. Kim sees to the cascade and there were many souls. They got the punishment wrong. Kim freaks out and is about to fall, but Aglaia and B save him as he falls into the water. Kim is said to have worked hard all his life. He never rested and wanted money for his mother. His mother was sick and he wanted money for his younger brother's education. The goddess forgives Kim after hearing all this. He says Kim wanted the money not for him, but for the good of others. Kim was successful in his second trial, meaning Kim passed his 2 trials. Those who cheat others are punished here. Some people attacked them while they were on their way. The guardian angels are shocked to see this. They think it didn't happen before. Angela says that Kim's brother or mother must be murdered on Earth. Now their souls want revenge. That is why we are under attack, and if we have to let Kim go through 7 trials, I have to go to the ground. To see all this, Guardian Angela goes to Earth and the others B and C take Kim for another test. Kim was accused of a colleague he was unable to save as the building collapsed. He writes letters to his daughter as her father. Kim also kept the news of his death from them. His daughter finds out that her father died. She feels bad after hearing this. She didn't tell her mother that he is married and has a son. There was nothing like that in reality. Kim left his home 15 years ago. He had not visited his house for the past 15 years. Kim was asked about the reason for the lies, but he did not answer. Some branches come and start cutting his tongue, and Guardian Angel C says, I want to say something. I agree that Kim wrote the fake letters and there is no benefit to Kim. Kim does not want to let her colleague's daughter know that her father has died. She was younger at the time and had to focus on her studies. Because of those letters, there was happiness in her life. She graduated, and when she grew up, she discovered everything. Kim wrote fake letters to her mother because she was sick. But when she found out that her son was married and had a son too, she recovered very soon. Kim lied for others, not for himself. So the others stay happy, and after hearing this, Kim was declared innocent. They move forward to the next trial. Guardian Angela is depicted on the ground. They discover that Kim's younger brother Rim has died. He pulls his soul out of the picture and asks the soul, tell me, how will you die? Where is the place of your death? But Kim's brother's soul escapes and Angela chases after him. Couldn't he catch him, and is he using his powers to find out how Kim's brother died? Angela discovers Rim and his friend in the past. They hug and his friend accidentally fires a bullet. Rim's friend goes to call his senior, but not until Rim is dead when he gets there. Their senior comes angry and thinks while telling his friend that you didn't do it on purpose. It was your fault and we need to bury his body soon. He did it because next month was his promotion. If his seniors find out, his promotion will be revoked. He buries Rima at a spot in the forest. No one knows where Rim was buried. The next day, the army goes to Rim's house and tells his mother that your son ran away while abandoning his duty. Tell us if they try to contact you. They considered Rim abdicating his responsibility. Angela found Rim's soul and tied him to a tree. Angela asks him to accompany him to the other realm, and if he refuses, his brother will not be forgiven. Rim says, which brother? A brother who left us 15 years ago. And he says, I know no brother, and I will not go with you. I will avenge my death on them. I was alive when they buried me. They buried me alive. When Guardian Angela hears this, he remembers his past. The time when he was alive and human. Guardian Angela takes him with him. He shows him that his friend who accidentally shot him was drunk and standing outside his house. He gives Rima's mother a map, and there was a red spot on that map. This was where Rim was buried. He was doing it because he was Rim's good friend. He likes him very much. He regretted Rimo's death and tried to commit suicide in a deserted place. Rim didn't see it all and asked Guardian Angela to help him and save him. Guardian Angela says, I can't, and we can't control death and the life cycle of this world. This is against our rules. Rim gets furious and says, help my friend and I are ready to do whatever you say. Angela now has to inadvertently help his friend. He saves his life while cutting the rope. Kim is shown in the afterlife and has passed 3 trials. It was now his 4th and 5th trial. These trials were not for Kim. These were the trials of the hell of injustice and the hell of betrayal. This trial means doing something wrong to others or deceiving others. Kim doesn't go through those tests because he's never done anything like that with others in his entire life. Now was his 6th trial. When they got there, it was a hell of violence. Kim was accused of having once brutally beaten his younger brother. His brother was sick that day. Kim doesn't have an answer for that. Even his guardian angels B and C have their answer. A hell of violence gives Kim a punishment, and angels B and C talk to Angel A. He was on the ground and was told that Kim would be punished. Guardian Angela requests that Kim's decision be declared final. The god of violence is shocked to hear this. This means that if Kim is accused in the finale, Angels A, B, and C will also be punished. They move to the next trial while taking Kim. Angela is shown on Earth, making Rim understand very well. Now he was also a good soul. Kim is shown in another world where he was in his last trial. They were moving out of the desert and Angel C asks Kim, "Did you really try to kill your mother?" The trial related to the fact that he tried to end his mother's life 15 years ago. Kim says, "Yes, I did, because we don't have money at that time. My mother was sick and I don't see my mother dying in pain. That's why I tried to end my mother. I thought I would end up with my mother, then my brother, and finally myself. My brother stopped me when I was about to end my mother with a pillow. That's why I beat him. He was sick at the time, but after I defeated him, I felt guilty in my heart. That's why I left my home. I decided to live my life for my brother and mother at that time. I spoke to my mother through letters. Rim and Garda are shown on the ground reaching where Jim was working. Jim notices that his mother got the map from his friend. The place was visible on the map. The place where Jim's dead body was. Jim Sr. freaks out when he sees the map. He pushes his mother. Seeing this, Rima's soul created a huge storm there. He was about to finish his year when he noticed that his brother was submerged in the sand. It was because Rim does bad things in the world. Rim did not forgive his brother. Kim is shown in the afterlife world. He stood before King Yamraj and this was his final test. If he passes this test, he gets a chance to go out into the world again. There, Kim's sins were counted and they say that you tried to end your mother. He thought she was sleeping, but she was awake and ready to die so that her children can live their lives comfortably. They cannot bear her burden. Kim becomes depressed after hearing this and asks Yamraj to give him punishment as I deserve it. As they announce the punishment for Kim, a picture of Kim's mother is shown in huge size. She sees Kim's past in that picture. He sees his mother's dream where Kim goes to meet her. Kim tells everything to her mother as she pursues her dream. Kim's mother says, "I wasn't mad at you, I forgave you." Kim's mother does not complain in his heart, even though he has not met her for the past 15 years. He used to work hard for his mother and brother, so his brother will study and his mother will be treated. Yamraj tells Kim if one is forgiven on earth, one will not be punished in this world. Kim's brother also forgave him. Kim passed the 6th and 7th exams. Yamraj tells Kim you can come back to Earth. Kim shows up on Earth thanks to Angel C and Rim. Angela and B were also with him and had his card in hand. This was a sample card, means Rim is now also a sample. Now these angels must let this 49th soul go through the trials. He also has to rebirth this soul. He will also respawn after this. At the end, it is shown how the angels took Jim to the other world. They will also be reborn if they allow that soul to go through the trials in 49 days. This is where the movie ends. We will explain the second part of this movie recap soon. Thanks for watching the story recap.